guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today I wanted to create a look using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This has to be my holy grail. I love every single shade in this palette, and it's good for when you want a natural look, a dramatic look. This is your palette. So for today I just wanted to use it and show you guys a look that you can recreate. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any more looks or anything you want me to do, go ahead and leave it in the comments below and I'll see if I can do it. So I hope you guys enjoy it and see you next time.
Alright guys, so first I'm taking my Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Eraser and applying it on my cheeks, my forehead, and a little on my chin. I want to focus this mostly on my cheeks because that's where I have most pores, and this really helps soften my skin. I did my brows off camera using the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown, and I cleaned them up using the NYX concealer. So next I'm taking the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer and applying this all over my eyelid. This really helps preventing creasing in my eyelids, and it helps my eyeshadow stay on all day. The first shade I'm using is Salted Caramel, and this will be my transition shade. I'm just applying this all in my crease, above my crease, a little above my crease, and I'm just really buffing it in so all the shadows just have a gradient effect. The next shadow I'm using is Milk Chocolate, and I'm just applying this directly into my crease and really buffing it out. Now taking Semi Sweet, I'm applying that onto the outer V of my eyelid, and this will help give depth and darken up the eyeshadow look. Next I'm taking the Maybelline Color Tattoo eyeshadow in Barely Branded and applying that on my eyelid. Taking Semi Sweet and Milk Chocolate, I am buffing out the harsh lines because we cannot have any harsh lines, girl. We need to blend it all the way out. So now I'm just softening up the eye and just blending wherever I think I need. Next I'm taking Marzipan and applying that directly on top of Barely Branded. And my camera did die, so I went ahead and finished my eyes off camera. I blended that harsh line, girl, trust me, I did. And yeah, I also highlighted the brow bone using White Chocolate from the Too Faced palette. For falsies, I use the LA Colors Eyelashes in Dainty, and for mascara, I use the Maybelline The Falsies, and for eyeliner, I use the NYC Liquid Eyeliner. For foundation, I'm using the Rimmel Match Perfection in the shade 202, I believe, and I'm just dotting this all over my face, and then I will then buff it out with the e.l.f., I think it's the Perfection blending brush. I'm not sure what it is, but this is my first time using it and I absolutely fell in love with it. I highly recommend it. It is only $6, super inexpensive, and a great brush. Like, I promise. I think it's better than my beauty blender, but we'll have to see. To set my face, I'm using the Airspun Setting Powder. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Setting powder, and I am just lightly dusting this all over my face. Now taking my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Sand Beige, I am highlighting / concealing underneath my eyes, and this concealer is honestly the love of my life. It is super lightweight, super inexpensive, and it works like magic. I love it so much and I highly recommend it. So I do take it underneath my eyes, on my nose, on my forehead, on my chin, my cupid's bow, and underneath where I'd contour. Now to blend this all out, I'm using my Real Technique sponge to buff out my concealer and just create a flawless under eye. Honestly, I am so awkward, I don't even know why, but bear with me, guys. To bake underneath my eyes, I'm going to go back in with my Airspun translucent powder and apply it underneath my eyes and underneath where I'd contour. Basically anywhere where I applied concealer, that's where I'm going to bake. To carve out my face, I'm using my Anastasia kit, and I'm taking that light brown shade and I am applying that directly on underneath my cheekbone. Yeah, underneath my cheekbone, and just essentially try to carve it out. And then I do take it up on my forehead and eventually underneath my jawbone. Okay, now blush. You guys know that I hate blush, that I feel like any blush is too much blush, so that's why I kind of freak out right there. But honestly, this blush color is a very natural looking, and I honestly do like it. So I'm just working it and just, okay, what? Oh, anyways, I'm going to blend it out and just make it look as natural as possible. A little bit goes a long way with this color, honestly. So that's why I'm being very careful, because I don't want to look too rosy. Taking that small brush from the beginning that I used to apply the loose powder, I am using it to remove any of the excess powder that was left from baking. And I do blend it out so I don't have any harsh lines. For my lower lash line, I'm using milk chocolate and salted caramel, and I'm just swiping it across my lower lash line just to give some color. I don't want anything too smoky. For the inner corner, I'm using Champagne Truffle and highlighting the inner corners. Highlighting the inner corners really opens up your eye and makes you look wide awake, and honestly, I love it. I think that's the best part of eyeshadow. I don't know, that's my favorite part, at least. For my lower lashes, I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and this thing really helps separate my lower lashes. For highlighter, I'm using the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. I love this palette with all my heart. I think every shade in it is so stunning. But oh my gosh, this highlight, I cannot get enough of it. So I just apply it on top of my cheekbones, above. I take it above, like near the eyebrow, just to give it that glow, that, yeah. And then I take it, actually I do take it above the eyebrow. I don't know if the camera got it. But anyways. Then I do take it on my nose and on my cupid's bow, but my camera died again. I was too excited to film. To moisturize my lips, I took this chapstick and I took the Soft Berry Essence Lip Liner to line my lips and fill them in a little bit. And I do overline just a little bit because, I don't know, that's just the way I like it, so yeah. Now taking the Ultra Matte Lip from ColourPop in the shade Beeper, I am just filling it in, filling my lips in actually. And this shade, I feel like it dries darker than what it looks like when you apply it. But honestly, I love this color and everything about it, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.
Oh no.
Rodriguez as well, just lofts it over. Just so well rising, attacking.